Tucci, and you are watching Gov's Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny.
Hey, Joe.
Coming up in just a couple minutes. This is a joke I told.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Not
There you go.
on Gov Radio. Call the police. Call my agent.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep, you fine.
Hey Frank, I'm over here, but I'm trying to install my machine.
Okay, no worries.
I didn't know they have to install an app.
That's all right.
Tony, welcome to
Getting the
Guys.
show
It
ready.
is.
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Yeah, nothing but
Yeah.
two problems today.
That's all right. We'll figure it out.
No, I got nothing. Anything weird going on?
He'll be going
How are
live
you
in a couple of
feeling?
minutes.
All right, you go in, Tony.
He had a
Good.
tooth pulled
Thanks, Joe.
yesterday,
Oh,
Yeah,
and he's here today.
not fun, but I'm all right.
that wasn't fun.
So I decided to try to upload videos to the YouTube, since obviously they're not transferring over on the WeTransfer. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I'm not
Hi,
sure.
I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this
Sorry,
is
it
not
was
the
so
only
last
time
minute.
I've gotten on my knees in the
Yesterday,
back
alright.
of a comedy.
just rolled so fast, and I was like, I'm sure I'll have time to do all this.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm sure we'll get enough going on here. So,
And Joe has his partner ready, and just in case.
I
perfect.
might get the board back now. Here's the side glance. Well, thanks for inviting me, man. Thanks for inviting me on
Absolutely.
the podcast.
Absolutely, we love
Yeah.
It's great to have you. He's gonna be on live in a couple of minutes. He's just setting it up.
Okay.
So this is a comedy show that we're on.
Comedy.
Yeah, he gets from a comedy club, and he has it's usually a lot of comedians going on there.
Huh. Is he a comedian himself?
Yes, he is. Oh, actually, you can hear us talking live now. So hang out a second.
The Knockin' Dead
Sorry,
Comedy
hang on.
Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call, and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527. Auto body repairs and customer satisfaction.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knock 'em Dead radio show. They're gonna keep knocking 'em dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, that Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio.
I just want to say thanks for making my millennium. Oh my gosh. Well, it's a love fest.
Yeah, you heard that story.
Yeah.
So I guess should I tell it again?
Oh yeah, if you want. I mean, yeah.
You guys are into comedy. Does it really help when somebody gives the punchline?
Let's give a big shout out to Tony Walker.
Tony Walker, who's a friend of mine.
Tony Walker!
Tony Walker.
Tony Walker, everybody. Stand up, Tony. Where are you? Tony Walker. Thank you so much, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Walker. Our favorite, we love you. Let's give a big shout out to Tony Walker.
Tony Walker, who's a friend of mine.
Tony Walker.
Tony Walker. Tony Walker, everybody. Stand up, Tony. Where are you? Tony Walker. Thank you so much, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Walker.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, the Facebook page, YouTube channel. Wherever you're watching from, we ask that you share the link on all your socials. Tell everybody you know about all the great shows here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show, we're coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown, New York. And we have a great show in store for you today. Thanks for joining us. Happy Thursday, everybody. Again, we ask that you please share the link and help us spread the word. And thanks for joining us today. We have Frank is here, right? Frank is there. There he is.
Hello.
There he
You
is.
hear me?
I hear you. And joining us today is Joe Wren. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm all right. How about yourself?
Doing good.
All right. Well, first thing I have to ask right away, what time is it over there?
It is 9:03.
Oh, you're only 2 hours behind. All right, that's not too bad. I thought it was earlier. So I was going to ask if you got up early in the morning just for us.
No, I didn't wake up.
Because you musicians, you guys are up late, and then you sleep until 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, we do. That's fair.
Joe Wren, you're over there. Do I have this right? Ken Carroll, Colorado?
Yes. Maybe.
Who the hell is Ken Carroll?
Ken Carroll is a street I live on. It's kind of a little area in Littleton, and it's about a little bit more south, but it's kind of up north near Castle Rock, and it's just a little place,
But is it named after somebody? What's the story there? You have no idea,
I've only
do
lived here 19 years. No, really. I don't know why.
I figure with a name like that, there must be a story behind it.
Maybe there was a guy named Ken. Maybe.
Right. Well, that's what I'm thinking. All right. Well, that's your assignment. That's your assignment. The next time you're on here, we need to know who Ken Carroll was. And honestly, it's just you're a country music artist. It sounds it sounds almost like a country artist name.
It could be a country name.
Yeah. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up on the stage right now is Ken Carroll. Come on, that's country. Country written all over it.
Yeah, it does have country all.
All right, Joe Wren. The next question here is exactly how old are you?
I'm 19 years old.
19 years old. I figured you were a young man because doing my research and grabbing videos to play and stuff. I found I'm going to be playing one or two videos. You look like you're freaking 8 years old. And what is going? What? Give us your history here. When did you discover music? How did you take up guitar? How long you been playing? All that good stuff.
I started when I was young, and I was
when you were young. You're still young.
Well, younger than how I am today. So, I don't know how I'm at. So, as a kid, I was always in hospital rooms and everything like that because I got kidney issues. I got kidney failure, kidney transplant, all that health stuff.
Yeah.
So I had my first kidney transplant when I was 3 years old, and I didn't know anything about life back then. So I didn't start guitar when I was 3. That's for sure. I started when I was 5 or 6 or something like that. When I was at Grizzly Rose, my mom. She was doing a event of some sort called Neon Bingo or something like that, and they had an auction going on. And I don't know the country artist who had this guitar, but there's a country artist who was selling his guitar at an auction, and so No, I was like 5 years old, so I didn't know how auctions worked. So it's kind of vivid, but I was like, I want that guitar. I kind of screamed at it. So I was like, I want that guitar. Like, I didn't know how auctions worked. I didn't know you had to pay for it, put a deposit down. No, my mom was like, no, 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 we're not buying anything from here. No. So I think a lady gave it to us for free or something like that. I don't know how the
No,
whole
we paid for
we
it.
paid for it. No, I thought somebody gave it to us.
No,
But
we're at the auction.
yeah, so we paid for it because of me opening my mouth. Um, so that's kind of like the start of how I got my first guitar and debating about actually playing it. But after a few more days in the hospital and stuff like that, I decided that TV is not the greatest thing to watch over and over and over again. So I brought my guitar that I got, and I just started playing in the hospital rooms and things like that, and burn off time. At first, it was just for fun, but I started to learn and grow, and at least get to know some of the words a little bit, and so that's how I kind of started out in the hospital rooms, and then so I started going to going down a Parker, and I started playing somewhere called the Parker Acoustic Society, and it's basically like a guitar open mic. Basically, that's the best I can describe it.
Okay.
And everybody goes in a circle. Everybody has their own guitars, things like that, and they play like a song or two, and then everybody else jams out to it. So that's kind of how I learned to play different songs and just add like little melodies to things. What is like people singing different songs on guitar, and then me just adding a few couple things, or just learning the chords off of their fingers. So that's how I started out, and then I kind of grew to like open mics, and this one open mic that I go to every Tuesday in Littleton is called The Alley, and they have The Alley every Tuesday, and it's just a real cool open mic to be, and you learn a lot from there. And by then, I learned a lot more songs. Like I learned Folsom Prison Blues, Amarillo by Morning, and Walk the Line, and a lot of other old ones that I probably still do. So I learned like some easy chord progressions there, and I did it at the open mic, and then from there I started getting some gigs, surprisingly. And then once these gigs start to roll around, I met this one guy named Lennon James, who is a country music artist that travels from Colorado, Wyoming, Kansas, South Dakota sometimes. South Dakota, I think that's it, or maybe some Arizona in there. I don't know. He travels everywhere. But we met him in Bennett for a Halloween concert, and he wanted me to kind of open for him. Not open for him, actually open for him. So it was just me and my guitar just singing some songs. And then right before I met Lyndon, how I met these people in Bennett was that a dude named Bryce Long, who is John Party's songwriter, was playing on stage. So I got to meet him, and he let me sing a few songs after his set, or a little before his set. And then after I was singing like 4 to 5 songs, they started like tipping in a hat, and I didn't even realize. So they started tipping in a hat, and I got away like $400, $500.
Nice.
Your first amp.
Yeah, I bought my first Fishman amp there. It's pretty neat, little amp that can plug in like a guitar and vocals at the same time. So pretty good. And then fast forwarding. From there, I met a guy, and that's where I met Lennon James, is from their Halloween party. And I opened for him, and then they did the same thing. They did the hat tip thing, and I got like I think it was a little bit lower, the Halloween party, but like probably $400 out of there. So
more music stuff.
And I bought some more music stuff. Like I think I bought like more cables.
A cowboy hat.
Yeah, a cowboy hat. Yeah, yeah, cowboy hat. Boots. You know, actually get the outfit down.
Right.
So, so later on, we're at this guy. So I'm also friends with this one guy named Olan Tucker, or AKA Randy Brown. Yeah, Randy Brown. I want to make sure I got his name right.
You just know him as Old Man Tucker. Yeah.
Olan Tucker. By Olan Tucker. And he's friends with Len and James, and everybody was having a send off to Olan Tucker because he was going to move to Nashville. So he's in Nashville right now. So we gave him a proper send off and things like that. By the end of the night, after the party, Landon, I'll never forget this. Landon was like, "Hey, do you want to come out to my van?" I'm like, "Wait, what?"
No.
What do you mean? That van. So I was like,
tour van.
I was like, okay. Yeah, Landon was like, it's my tour van. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So, so I went out to the tour trailer with him, tour van with him, and he got out this guitar, and he used to use it for everything, but I think he got like a new one, or
he upgraded to a Taylor.
He upgraded to a Taylor guitar. So he gave me his Epiphone that he's always used. Like he's always used it at the Grizzly Rose and Wyoming and things like that. So he gave his Epiphone to me. And on the case, I could tell he was planning on giving it to me because he scratched out his name on the name tag and put Joe Wren on it.
Oh, wow.
So
Nice.
He didn't give me the key to the case, but you know.
And Epiphone, I'm not the musician, Frank is. So Epiphone that's a pretty decent name, right? That's a pretty good brand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. I think I heard like some rumors or stuff like some Epiphones are made by, I don't know if this is true, but some Epiphones are made by Gibson and then just slap Epiphone's name on it sometimes, depending on the year.
Right.
Wait, Frank, do you know if that's true? Do you play guitar?
I've heard things about that. Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah. So it might really be a Gibson. But so after what?
Don't forget about your harvest guitar.
Yeah. So after I progressed to all that, I decided I wanted to do a little bit of finger picking and more complex stuff, I guess you could say.
Sure.
So I joined this called Rocky Mountain Guitar Camp.
You didn't only join, you won a scholarship.
And yeah, so I won a scholarship. She's making sure I got the script right. So I went to Rocky Mountain Guitar Camp. I got a scholarship from there, and I learned a lot from that guitar place. And I didn't expect it, but they gave me 2 guitars. They gave me a Harvest, which is a very nice guitar, and then somebody won a mini Taylor Traveler guitar, and they won that, but they gave it to me.
Why do all these people just want to hand you guitars all the time? What's that about?
I think they know that I'm not just a kid, and I won't just like throw it on the ground or something. Yeah. So that's how I started playing guitar, and I'm still picking and still doing gigs. Like I think we're gonna take a trip out to South Dakota at some point in September and try to get some gigs over there.
Nice.
And I play at the Distillery in Winter, which is a awesome bar that's based in Nashville. So I play there a lot.
How far are you from Nashville?
few states away.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I asked. But you still make your way over there often, huh?
I never been there.
Oh, I thought. Didn't you just say that you go there sometimes to play? Did I? Maybe I heard you wrong.
No. Distillery is a bar based in Nashville, and one of my friends moved to Nashville.
Oh, okay.
They have one in Denver.
They do have one in Denver, in Westminster.
Okay. Okay, got it. But now I'm curious too about your voice. I mean, again, I'm going to play some. We're going to play some stuff in a few minutes, but I mean, I've seen a few videos where, I was joking before, but you honestly look like you're like maybe anywhere between 12 and 15, but you're singing Johnny Cash, and your voice, your singing voice is almost like kind of like a mixture between George Strait and Johnny Cash, but I'm leaning more towards Johnny Cash, which, for a kid that age, they're singing, they're singing like, when you're 12 or 13, you're singing like Ariana Grande. You're singing high notes at that age. Like, did it just work out that way, or did you actually kind of go through some kind of training to get your voice to go low and sing those songs?
I actually got the cheapest lessons you can afford. It's called puberty. That's the thing. So, that's the cheapest lessons I got.
So you were already playing guitar, and then puberty kicked in, I guess, a little early, and then you were like, "Oh, this is great! Now I can sing these songs." Like, it just kind of worked out that way.
Yeah, so I hit puberty, and I kind of trained myself of how to use the voice.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And I started to sing like George Strait, Johnny Cash, and like try to get not exactly perfect pitch, but to the amount where it's good.
Yeah.
But
When kicked in.
but yeah, when puberty kicked in,
After your kidney transplant.
yeah, I don't want my own story.
Are you guys sitting right next to each other? Is that what's going on there?
Yeah.
And that poor kid said, "Come on, mine. I got this. I'm 19, damn it."
Exactly. I know my own life story.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll tell you. I was watching videos, over the past couple of years of you guys, and it's like you said, Tony. A lot of times his voice was up here quite a bit, and then all of a sudden, video came on, and he's down here. I'm like, where did that come from?
Yeah,
it was amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. We're just shocked that Frank actually spoke. He usually doesn't speak too much on this. And I guess country music is the big thing over there where you are, right?
It is a big thing, but there's also, it kind of depends on which city you're in Colorado too.
Okay.
Like Littleton is country, like not Nashville country, but it's country. And I'm trying to think of the most countryest place in Colorado. I want to say Grand Junction.
And how did you? Because we're talking about Johnny Cash and George Strait. That's not exactly your generation. How did you discover that? Because, like you said, you covered Johnny Cash. I think some of the videos I have, I think one or two of these videos are Johnny Cash songs. So how did you discover that stuff?
Well, I discovered Johnny Cash by it was a recommendation from my dad and mom, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
They were like, my dad was like, he always like shows me music videos, and I'm not into it, but apparently I was into Johnny Cash. Like,
I'm not into it. So there you are. You're telling your mom to be quiet. You're giving her a hard time. Meanwhile, they're the ones who set you up, with learning Johnny Cash. So this is when you turn to mom and say, "Thanks, Mom." What else? What else has your dad shown you that you didn't like?
I don't know, because some of it is already things I've already heard, but stoned that I've heard sometimes, but it's what I heard from other places and stuff, and I'm just not into it. But
80s rock, 80s and 90s metal.
80s and 90s metal and rock. I like AC/DC.
Nice.
I like Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan's really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who else? Forgot his name. Anyway,
so we're not just talking country. We got AC/DC. We're running the whole gamut of various stuff here.
Little bit Metallica, if you believe it or not.
Nice. You ever play any of that?
Nope.
Nope.
I mean, I like Metallica, and I only learned one song. It was a guitar riff, just because I was bored. I think it was Sandman. I think
Enter Sandman. Yeah.
Yeah. So I learned that riff just because I was bored. So I think I forgot how to play it now, but
So I think Frank even remixed one of your early Johnny Cash covers.
Oh.
You remember that, Frank?
I'm sorry, say it again?
Oh, I'm on mute. Frank, you covered one of his early Johnny Cash covers before her voice changed. And,
that's right.
You took it and you remixed it and made it sound super cool, and I think that inspired him also.
Forgot about that. Yeah, I added some instruments to it, I think, right?
Yeah, that was pretty cool, man.
Oh, absolutely.
I was like,
did he ask you first, or he just took it and did it? I bet you wanted to kill him.
No, I didn't do anything. I didn't take him to.
It was awesome. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
So being 19, I don't know. Here in New York, I have no idea what goes on in Colorado. Here in New York, you can't enter most bars until you're. I mean, you can get into a bar if you're 18 or older, but you can't drink. So, do you have any problems, playing anywhere because you're still so young, or no?
Nope. I mean, sometimes, but
they probably don't even ask, right?
At this point, they don't really ask. If I'm performing, then they're just like, all right, cool,
right.
And
well, they hear that low voice too. They're like, oh, he's probably 40.
Yeah. He's probably wolf. But but on the other side of the coin, whenever me and my girlfriend try to go to local bars to see people perform, we get kicked out.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. Sometimes I just want to go to a meal like, do you know who I am?
I'm Joe Wren, damn it. And I'm like,
I'm for that.
And I think on some of I was again watching some videos of your music. Did I read one right that it said it was recorded at the Wild Goose Saloon?
Yes. So
man, it doesn't get much more southern than that, man.
Yeah, it's true. I played a few mics at the Wild Goose Saloon. And, that's basically all I done. But there was, I think, no, that's the only thing I've done was open mics. Well, oh yeah, I was on stage with Hillbilly Demons, who is another country band local to Colorado. Hillbilly Demons are really cool. They're a really cool band.
The and what do we? So I know some country. I don't know a lot. I'll be honest with you. So I watched, and I watched a lot of your videos, and I recognized maybe 3 songs. So I don't know. Are you just covers? Were some of these songs originals? Both? What do you do?
Both.
Okay.
Some are covers. A lot of them are covers. Then I'm just releasing some songs, some originals. So getting back into the studio and recording some more.
And have you done that yet? You've been in studios. You've laid down some of your originals.
Yeah.
Nice. That must be wild.
I went to Tech for audio engineering, and that's kind of how I got my recording like mind, I guess.
Okay, sure.
So we're in tech. That's when I released my first song, Autumn Leaves, and then my second song, Block the Road, that was recorded in Red Rocks Community College just last spring. And the Live from the Alley, you probably guess where it's from. It's from the Alley. So I just recorded 3 songs from the open mic, and then I mixed it, and then I put it on Spotify. Probably the best I've ever done.
Oh, is that, yeah? Oh, so it's available on Spotify? If I typed in Joe Wren on Spotify, I would find you?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. That I didn't know. All right, good. Excellent. And so you're talking about, country music and things like AC/DC, and I've seen like guys like Billy Joel and the Eagles, like they early on and before they popped, they would talk about playing in places like Colorado, and then you mentioned Red Rocks. They have that, that great concert venue there. You see it on TV all the time. This band, live from Red Rocks, and it seems like a great place to see a show. So, is there the music scene in Colorado is pretty? It's pretty an exciting music scene there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Actually, me and my girlfriend just saw Charlie Crockett at Red Rocks, and that was pretty awesome. So Red Rocks is a great amphitheater, and
right,
music, and so is was it what's that other one? Fiddler's Green. Yeah. So Fiddler's Green is also really nice. They got like grass opening for GA and some seats up front. Got pit, and they're both clearly they're both outdoor venues. But
so when you say they got a pit, you're talking like mosh pit?
Yeah, pretty much. People just stand up that are near the stage, and then people crowded to see their favorite artist.
I'd be scared to join a mosh pit down where you are, because I just worried, I'd slam into a guy and it's a cowboy that would just pull out a gun and shoot me.
How do you think I feel? I'm really short, so I can't cram in.
Is that right? You're a short guy?
Then I also, I am a short guy. I believe that.
Doesn't matter. You're up there on stage playing a guitar, man. The chicks dig that shit. They don't care how tall you are.
Yeah, that's true. And then I also performed at Red Rocks Amphitheater.
Really?
Yeah, I played there for my graduation, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I would say so.
Wow.
Got up there with my guitar and stuff like that, and really magical. Really awesome.
Wow, that's fantastic. All right, so we are a half hour in, so I am going to put on a tune, and I think this is one of the Johnny Cash covers, and you look, like I said, you look like you're 8 years old in this thing. So, yeah, I'm going to play this. This is, so we're going to get a tune from Joe Wren right now.
How hig's the water, mama?
Have you done that?
How hig's the water, papa?
So we are half hour in, so I don't know what I think it's so
how high's the water, mama? 3 feet high and rising. How high's the water, papa? She says 3 feet high and rising. Well, as the highs are gone, I lost my bees. The chickens are sleeping in the willow trees. The cows in the water up past their knees. 3 feet high and rising. How high's the water, mama? 4 feet high and rising. How high's the water, papa? Says 4 feet high and rising. Hey, come look at the window pane. Hey, come look at the window pane. The bus is coming. Hey, come look through the window pane. The bus is going across the train. Looks like we'll be blessed with a little more rain. 4 feet high and rising. 5. How high's the water, mama? 5 feet high and rising. How high's the water, papa? She said it's 5 feet high and rising. The rails are washed out north of town. We gotta head for higher ground. We can't come back till the water goes down. 5 feet high and rising. Well, it's 5 feet high and rising.
I'm correct there. That's a Johnny Cash tune, right? You thought you could go pee or something. The song is over.
Needed a pen, and I was gonna get coffee.
Go ahead. You want to go get something? I'll fill the time if you want to go grab something.
Shut the thing up. There you go.
So was that a Johnny Cash tune? Make sure you pour a cup for your mom. Having some audio issues here. Okay.
I'm trying to make it like not feedback, being delayed.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think because you guys are next to each other, we're getting a little bit of that. But so the video I showed was what was it? Five. What was it? Five high mama or something? Was that the name of it?
5 feet high.
Okay, and that is a Johnny Cash tune?
It is Johnny Cash. Really old Johnny Cash.
Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that was great. Well done, pal. Well done. I'm looking at we're live on YouTube, so I'm looking at some of the comments. We have a loyal family of viewers who watch the show regularly. Let's see. So John Rusiello was watching. Good morning, John. Andrew Fremder says, I heard if you play country music backwards, apparently your truck will move forwards and you will find your dog. Let's see.
I've never heard that one before.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. Let's see. And then Ann is watching from California. What? It's hard. Oh, all right. What did I see here somewhere? Andrea said, what? Andrea, I don't know why Andrea feels to tell us this, but she said that her first kiss was at a Boston concert. Okay. And I'm so grateful. I grew up when concerts were great. Sleeping at the ticket booth for 30 hours made some of my best friends that way. Okay. And then she said she's familiar with the Wild Goose Saloon. She said it's in Parker. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's in Parker.
Wow. So one of our viewing family here is familiar with the Wild Goose Saloon. That's crazy. Let's see. Yeah, and then Ann in California said she loved the Johnny Cash tune. She says, "Bravo, Joe." Andrea says, "Yeah, your voice does not fit your face." And she lives in Texas, so she wants you to come to Texas and put on a show.
Oh, all right.
And Texas, yeah, they have a great music scene down there too. Yeah. All right, so that's what's cooking over there. Okay, thanks guys for the comments. Keep them coming. We're hanging out with Joe Wren. Now, Joe Wren and the Roadies, is that correct? That's your band?
Yes, sir.
Who? So I think I saw some footage of you in the band. They're all the Roadies. They're all guys like me and Frank. They're all older fellas, right?
Depending on who's available. You know, I don't really have a set in stone band. I always try to look for artists that are like available for the gig. and who can actually play.
Well, yeah, that would help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like a revolving thing. You just have to you have like a roster of guys that you would call for for a particular gig.
Exactly.
Oh, that's cool. But is it weird though if you get like again? I saw footage. I saw gray-haired guys up there backing you up. So is it weird to like if somebody's doing something wrong to like turn around and yell at a guy that could be your grandpa?
No. As long as they can really play, then I don't really care.
Okay, very nice. Do you is guitar your only instrument, or you play other things?
I used to play drums when I was a kid, and what else? I'm starting to play bass because I'm releasing this Johnny Cash album that has like 10 songs on it. So I'm playing bass, and I play some electric guitar, some lead stuff, but not really lead.
You're putting out an album of all Johnny Cash tunes?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I would love to hear that. What?
Yeah.
Any you're covering anything from like those last set of albums he did, like what was it, like 6 or 7 of those albums where Rick Rubin produced them and he did, I loved, like, it was, probably like his last 6 or 7 albums. I thought they were the best stuff of his career, man.
Yeah.
You doing any of those from that time period?
The way that I'm doing the album is from when he was at Sun Records.
Oh, okay.
And it's that Chuck and sound and like that old sound stuff.
Sure.
Sound.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I'm learning to play bass for all those songs, and I'm trying to learn all the leads for those songs.
Nice.
So,
and is that's out of your comfort zone? You're mostly a rhythm guitar player?
Yeah, mostly a rhythm guitar player.
Okay.
I play bass before, but Johnny Cash and his bassist is kind of easy because it's just boom, 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 boom,
right.
Boom, boom. So,
was that Walk the Line you were just bumping to? Boom, boom. That's what it sounded like.
It could be Walk the Line or Folsom. They all sound the same.
Yeah.
That's great stuff. You ever see the musical $1 Million? No, $1 Million Quartet. Is that right? Is that the name of it, Frank?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. What a great show, man! I love that freaking show.
Yeah, I never seen it, but I know who $1 Million Quartet is.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So.
I mean, and those guys, that's such great stuff. The early Elvis and Jerry Lee and Johnny, and then who am I missing out of that, Frank? Who's the fourth? It's Elvis, Johnny,
Carl Perkins,
and right. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
That's just great. Early Elvis, like his first couple albums before he went into the army, man. That stuff is just so. I'm assuming you love that stuff too. If you love the early Johnny Cash.
Oh yeah, I love that stuff.
Yeah. Who's your favorite finger picker?
I don't know. I don't really listen to guitar pickers. Like I usually just like finger pickers. I mostly just use Bic. So
okay. Right.
I mean the guitar can really help, but sometimes if I'm doing rhythm, I just use Bic. And but I do like Chet Atkins.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah, sure.
There you go.
Nice. All right, so tell us about this. I'll say congratulations for getting second place in Celebrity Sidekick, but I have no idea what I just said. What is Celebrity Sidekick?
I have no idea. I got a swollen almond. Celebrity Sidekick is a vocal competition where it has several of vocalists. It was like, how many vocalists was it?
Started with over 40.
Started with over 40 finalists.
Wow.
And it ended with
11
finalists.
Nice.
And I was second place, and they had like a karaoke, so you couldn't look at the words, but like the band only the band was at the finals, but they had backing tracks to back you up for your music. So it was originally held at the studio on Main Street in Parker. Then the finals were at the Buffalo Rose.
Nice. And yeah, so second place out of what started with 40, you said?
Yeah.
Wow. So Celebrity Sidekick, is this a local thing in Colorado, or is this on TV? I don't know anything about it.
It's a local thing.
Oh, okay.
Said it's on TV, but it's like Local Sounds Online or something like that.
Oh, all right. No, that's great, man. And what did you get for second place? Was it money or a concert? What'd you get out of it?
I got $1,000. And,
nice.
$50 Platte River gift card and a $25 Studio Main Street gift card.
Sweet.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not bad, man.
With that $1,000, I found myself an EA system, so I'm very hopeful down the line.
Yeah, sure. And then you took your girlfriend and your mom out to dinner too.
Not yet. I don't know where it starts.
Now, did I see? Forgive me if I got this wrong, but your girlfriend's a musician too, or no?
She is starting to get into like the open mics and things like that. What she really loves to do is do live sound engineering.
Oh, okay.
It's live sound, and she roadies for a band named or an artist named Red Haney, who is a local country artist here in Colorado. So she roadies for him and does sound for him depending on the gig. And she started coming with me to open mics, and she's been wanting to keep going to, like, the same open mic that I go to, like the Alley. So
sure. She going to start learning some June Carter cash, and then you guys go out together.
We have been learning some Cash and June Carter stuff.
See that?
So, yeah.
And I would think there's an audience for that, especially in your neck of the woods, I would think.
Yep. So we do this one song called Long-Legged Guitar Picking Man. But because I'm short, we changed it to Short-Legged Guitar Picking Man.
That's fantastic. That's great. We even have Frank and I know a guy here locally that does a Johnny Cash tribute, and it's fantastic.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, yeah. There's an audience for that stuff here, absolutely. But yeah, $1,000 a Celebrity Sidekick. That's fantastic. So I mentioned the roadies. Sorry, no, I already asked you about the roadies. So, all right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play another song, and then after the song, we'll talk about. Yeah, I know that's. I'm assuming you and Frank met each other through Prune Belly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Glad your mom's there. I think she does know more about you than you do.
Yeah, she does. Raised me for 19 years. So.
And you're okay with talking about that when we come back, yeah?
Oh yeah, no problem.
Okay, all right, cool. So I'm gonna play something. I don't have the titles of the videos in front of me here, but all right. So we're gonna play another tune, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about the Prune Belly a little bit. All right, here we go.
Down, we used got the dirtiest job in town. Get the blow out, keep the street on the windy corner of a dirty street. When I asked him while shopping shoes, how to keep from getting blues, he grinned and breezed through the little 85 shoe shine rain. Then he said, "Get a rhythm, come on and get it. You get the blues, oh, it'll make you feel so mighty. It'll take off your trouble, it'll worry you mighty. Get rhythm."
Very nice. Now, that's a song I don't know. Is that an original or is that one of yours? Or Johnny Cash? Hang on. I think. Okay, I got you now. Okay, so let me ask you again. Was that an original or no?
We couldn't hear it.
Oh, you couldn't hear it. Jeez, all this time I thought you guys were seeing the videos I'm playing. I think that's called Get Rhythm.
Yeah, that's gonna be on my Johnny Cash album. That's by Johnny Cash.
Oh, that is a Johnny Cash. I'm not familiar with that one. Okay, that was great though, and I would think the stuff that I've seen are very like they're upbeat, fun rocking tunes. Like I didn't see like any slow ballads or anything. So I'm assuming when you play live that you have a good energy. You probably really get the crowd going, right?
Oh yeah, I always try to bring out the crowd, and I also do Cody Johnson, which is nice rock country stuff.
Okay.
And I do a lot of country. I've been starting to do some Zach Top. So Zach Top is coming country music scene real fast, and it's just some, diving deep to some rock country stuff. So
yeah, no ballads for your girlfriend, right? You don't have her stand right in front of the stage and sing something, "Love Me Tender" or something to her.
I do have like one song together.
It's
called "Lonely for Long." As Zach Top. So.
All right, very nice. You have to. You have to. Yeah, it's the things we do for our women. All right, so excuse me. Sorry. So all right, so we're going to talk about the prune belly. That's how you and Frank know each other. If Frank wasn't here and I just said to you, tell us what prune belly is, how would you describe it?
Oh. I'm at a loss. Hold on.
Well, you're the one going through it, so I would think you'd be able to describe it.
I haven't talked about it for a while. I mostly talk about my kidney stuff, not the prune belly stuff.
Oh, but isn't that it's not all connected?
It's connected.
It is connected.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So fine. So tell us about the kidney. Tell us whatever you want to tell us.
Alrighty, so I mean, as you know, I already grew up with like kidney failure and stuff like that, and so I had to get a new one when I was 3.
Yeah, 3 years old, man. That's insane.
Yeah, 3 years old, didn't even know how to walk or talk, but
Well, you walk.
Well, I don't remember me walking.
When it comes to his medical history, the mom version and the Joe version are enhanced in different ways.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm thinking at 3 years old, he probably hardly remembers any of it, but meanwhile, you probably remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So should I ask you, Sherry, right?
Cherie. Yes.
Cherie, my apologies, Cherie. So should I then ask you about it instead of him?
He says yes.
So, all right. So let's go back to the beginning. When he's born, I mean, so he's only 19 now. So he's born in 2006.
2005.
5. Okay. Yeah. So now Frank, Frank is 103. So the medical advancements are a world of difference between when he was born and when Joe was born. So, and when Frank was born, it was almost, some doctors thought, he wasn't going to survive. Was that the case with Joe, or was it like, he's got this thing, but we can, we can get a hold of it?
Yeah. So, they didn't give Joe much hope for survival.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. In fact, one doctor, his words were, a lot of couples that hear this sort of thing decide to just start over, and that's when that was his indirect recommendation to terminate the pregnancy.
Wow.
Which we just left it in God's hands.
Mm-hmm.
And just proceeded along. And, you know, we were told, or that particular doctor, he said, well, you know, if he even does survive the pregnancy, you know, he's not going to have the same quality of life that his friends have. He'll have a compromised quality of life. And I remember this completely vividly. He said that, you know, all the milestones, and he said he probably won't go to senior prom like all of his friends. I don't know why he pulled senior prom out, but
Yeah, right.
he went to
Of all the things, right?
so that, but so we just decided to we didn't even have to think about it. We're like, well, that's not an option. So we just went about our business and took care as much as we could. And then with Eagle Barrett is the clinical term. It's
right.
nicknamed the amniotic fluid. There's not a clear pathway for the amniotic fluid to exit the bladder. So what babies do is they swallow the amniotic fluid, and that's what develops their lungs, and they pee it out, and they just do that cycle the whole gestation.
Right.
And swallowed his amniotic fluid in utero. It wouldn't go out of the bladder. So in the ultrasound, it was just this big black ball of liquid. So we had it decompressed once. They took it out because they wanted to test it and everything. So then it just kind of filled up again. Then one day,
that was all while you were still pregnant. They're able to access that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just a big needle that goes in, and they'll suck the fluid out. When you're over a certain age, I think over 35, they like to start doing testing on your amniotic fluid for DNA samples to see if there's any abnormalities. They test for syndrome and things like that. Amniocentesis is what it's called.
Okay.
And so yeah, just a big long needle goes in and kind of pulls all the fluid out. And so they did all the testing, and most everything was okay, but they did see that in an ultrasound that his kidneys were already compromised before he was even born. And so we just decided to continue. And then about 6 weeks before he was born, I took a little slip and I kind of bounced on my booty down a couple of steps at home. And it hurt, and I was like, oh gosh, you know. And the next round, and whatever happened there, shook something loose, and all the amniotic fluid was actually flowing the way it was supposed to. And so the doctors had to kind of double check that we're looking at the same uterus.
Wow.
Yeah, so they were shocked, and they had not seen it before, but they popped me in the hospital for 6 weeks for fetal monitoring.
Oh, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I was fine, but then I had to, you know, there's this belt that they put around your stomach twice a day, and so I ended up working I didn't even tell my boss at the time that I was in the hospital. I just brought my laptop and kept working like nothing happened. I didn't want them to leave early. And I was bored. It was boring at the hospital.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, not only was he being born with kidney failure and Eagle Barrett, he was also breech. So
wow.
So we did a C-section on a planned day after they pumped my uterus full of surfactant for him to lungs even more. After they saw the amniotic fluid was flowing, the doctor said there is a chance his lungs can catch up, and this all of a sudden it became a viable pregnancy medically. So we're glad we didn't give up. And so he was intubated after delivery, C-section. He was intubated for 24 hours, and then he was on room air. But it was not an easy infanthood. I mean, long story short, he's had over 30 surgeries, 2 kidney transplants.
Wow.
The second one was in 2021. He talks about puberty. And, God, I love this kid. But when you're,
Well, you better for going through that stuff.
when you're going all this, when you grow up and you grow up in the hospital and you grow up with the needles and the tubes and everything, it's just normal for you. It's like you don't know that there's a different kind of childhood.
Sure.
He took it all in stride. And one thing that I the comments that we got over and over is like, man, no matter what he's doing, recovering from surgery or at home or just hanging out, there's always a smile on his face. He always smiles for everything. And
well, how limited was he? Could he not do sports and run around with other kids, or?
Yeah, Big Brother did all the sports and horseback riding and football, and but Joe, and one thing about Eagle Barrett prune belly is that you have because of the bladder distension, it gets in the way of building those muscles, the abdominal muscles.
Right.
And so his stomach muscles are either missing or thin. And when he was young, I always used to joke because a year after he got his first kidney, they did another urological procedure, but at that time they did an abdominoplasty. So I always say he got a tummy tuck when he was 4.
And the kidney transplant.
Yes, the first one was a cadaveric donor. We got a call on Thanksgiving weekend.
Wow.
2008. And then, the half-life of a kidney treatment is 12 and a half years. And that was a cadaveric. And then this last kidney, when he started to hit puberty, we were told a year in advance, they started looking for him a kidney over a year before he got it. They said, puberty is going to kick in and his kidney is not going to keep up. And that's exactly what happened.
And isn't that, if I'm not mistaken, isn't that kind of the norm though with any kidney transplant? Don't they just last at X amount of years and then you might have to get another one?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
right, okay.
His lasted almost exactly 12 and a half years. So I'm super grateful for that.
Sure.
And then you were on he did have to go on dialysis for about a month. But then another miracle, his first dialysis treatment, they came in with the news that they had a living donor for him. Somebody who had already been registered on the national registry for about 5 years. He just went and got tested with his wife one day. And he'd just been sitting on that registry going about his life. And then one day he got a call saying, hey, we think you're a match for somebody.
Wow.
You want to talk about Marshall a little bit?
Yeah. So funny thing about Marshall is that he used to my kidney donor. He used to live in Texas, and funny part is everything's bigger in Texas, so my kidney must be a little bit bigger.
So talking about the kidney, you scared me for a second.
Oh, my bad. So he's from Texas, but the funny part is that he used to be in a country music band. And he was the lead singer in a country music band.
Wow.
Well, I bet he didn't play the Wild Goose Saloon.
No, he probably played what's that? Billy Bob's.
Yeah, Billy Bob's Review or something like that. Yeah.
Billy Bob Bar.
And he plays a lot of Johnny Cash and old country as well.
Oh, that's wild! Wow. So yeah, he's the perfect donor in a few ways. That's you guys. Have you guys played together yet? You got to do that. No. This is meant to be.
Sometimes one of the time he says I think he's been wanting to go on a road trip or travel to Colorado or just travel the states in general, and then just take a pit stop here, play some music. I think he said.
Well, 6 months after he got cleared medically, 6 months after the transplant, he donated. Him and his family moved to Portugal, so he's in Portugal.
Well, yeah, that's a natural progression of things. You grew up in Texas, and then you move to Portugal.
But he has to come back once a year for his annual checkup, post transplant. So once a year, he's back on the mainland. But after his son graduates high school, he's planning on moving back to the mainland, to the United States. So I think we'll have a better chance of meeting him in person. We've met him on Zoom, and of course, we're all Facebook friends.
Right. That's wild, and I've noticed that with the with the prune belly community, of course, Frank as well. It seems like you guys, because you can't do a lot of physical activities, that you compensate by doing creative things. In this case, music. Like Frank's a musician. I know Frank. Isn't there another guy that you've been friends with that's a musician?
There's a couple of them, yeah.
Yeah, that's my point. It just seems like a lot of you guys, kind of go into those fields because I'm assuming because you can't do a lot of physical stuff, so you make up for it that way.
Right.
Frank, you guys, I'm surprised you haven't grabbed all these prune belly people and like done a We Are the World type song or something.
Well, yeah, we've tried to do something like that. I'm still hoping to do something like that soon.
That's so, Joe. How's that? Because again, I'm curious because there's, so you're going to be 20. I mean, there's 30 plus years between you and Frank, and again, I'm assuming there's a lot of advancements medically. So, I know what Frank's limitations were, but how about you? Did you, was there really a big, did you feel, growing up that did you feel limited or were you just, did you fit right in and it didn't really affect anything? Like, how was it growing up with all this?
Well, of course I felt limited. I mean, I couldn't really do a whole lot.
Yeah.
I felt limited. Back in elementary school, I couldn't play dodgeball or any of the because it would always hit my stomach. So
yeah,
I would just sit on the bleachers. Or I don't know what I would do with that.
They wouldn't let you just come down just to throw the ball at somebody and then walk. I mean, there is nothing better than smacking somebody in the face with a dodgeball.
I mean, I broke a few times. Mom never knew about it.
Oops.
Just
finding out now.
Just a knock in the face. That was fun. And then I went to my PE teacher, like, can I have a ball? What ball?
And teachers and adults, they had such a hard time saying no to Joe for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, Cherie, tell me about the. I know you're joking about the tummy tuck, but what exactly did he have done with that?
So it's a procedure where they take the oblique muscles from the side abdomen and they just pretty much pull them, stretch them, and across the middle. So he got, so his oblique muscles just got stretched, and of course they fill in and build, and so was his tummy tuck.
Frank, is that what you had? Is that what you had done, or no? They pulled muscles from your legs and put them
exactly.
In? Yeah, okay, but it's the same idea.
Yeah, and he had oblique muscles to use. It's just the front muscles that were compromised. So
okay.
So that actually helped in his mobility. He
Right.
doesn't remember, but helped in his mobility a lot. His just stability, even just kind of sitting up. So he had a little bit more of that support. And he had a physical therapist from 6 months old all the way through high school graduation.
Yeah.
And so she worked on his whatever, enhancing whatever muscles he did have. The doctor said he'll never have a six pack, but when he was younger in school, he delighted if some kid was just being mean or being.
I think it ran me over with the
if
multiple
was
car.
just being mean or just picking on him, not being nice. One of his first defenses was he would lift up his shirt and show him his belly with all the scars and the stoma that he has, and his at the time he had a G tube.
Dude ran away. I never saw that kid again.
Wow.
Yeah, he had after his in 21 for it used to be for nutrition and then it was for meds. But one of his big goals, they wouldn't give him a new kidney until he learned how to swallow pills, which was a big challenge. But he did it.
So yeah, about that kid who got scared because of my kidney. I kind of chased him around the playground. So with my shirt hanging like up like that, I chased him down the grass. I'm like, come here. He wants to say hi.
So that was his freaking other kids out that didn't know what was going on.
That's the way to do it.
Sometimes if I really wanted to freak him out and I had the tools to suck out my G tube, suck out the old water and then pump it out.
Take the G tube out.
Another hole.
Yeah, I think based on that statement alone, I'm thinking the prune belly affected your brain a little bit.
Definitely did. For good, the bad, and weary.
That's great. But does it? So when you had that, when they moved the obliques, and you mentioned the PT, there's a lot of physical because you got to build those muscles up, and because they're kind of atrophy, so you got to build them up, right?
Yeah. So that, I mean, as she said, I can never have six pack, but I can have one chilling on ice.
Yeah.
So that's good.
All right. And I would think growing up, you're feeling the limitations because other kids are playing sports, but probably now as an adult, you're 19, close enough. You're not really. You probably don't see it as feel. Yeah, you probably don't see your limitations as much because, adults aren't running around playing dodgeball.
Yeah, I don't really see any limitations to me anymore. I mean, I kind of found out what my ultimate push is, my drive is, and how far I can go without hurting myself, and how the least I can go, and just how I can use my overall strength and how to build more strength.
Right.
And I actually get my strength from lifting up speakers every gig. So
yeah, that makes sense. I'm with you. I'm in the comedy world, and it's hard work, man.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good. So, and Frank, I think you were you the first to have muscles moved from other parts of your body to that area? Were you the first in the whole world to have that? Right.
For the purpose of prune belly, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, but no, there were other ones that were done for other reasons, but for this purpose, I'm the first one to have it done.
Right, and now is that become, because now you're talking 20-something years later where Joe has that surgery, so this has become like a routine surgery now, like all the prune belly people in the world eventually have that surgery, or no?
They're given the option to have it. I don't know how. Last I heard, there was about 30 that have been done since mine.
Oh, see, that doesn't sound like a big number to me.
Yeah, I mean, the abdominoplasty that Joe had is more common than what I had done. The stretching of the muscles, the transferring of muscles is different, and that hasn't been done as often. But everyone that's been done that I know of has been successful.
Right, but all right, so whether it's stretching the muscles or moving muscles into that area, are we still talking 30 or is it higher?
Well, no, the abdominoplasty is more common, so it's probably a lot more than that. But I don't know the number to that one.
And the number of cases of prune belly in the world is still kind of miraculously low, right?
Yeah, I mean, we can only go by anybody that's joined the website for it, and the amount of members on there, I think, is about 1,000.
And that's worldwide?
Worldwide, yeah.
Yeah, see, that's really not a lot of people.
Yeah. But again, that's only based on what people have joined the website. So if there's anybody else, we just don't have the numbers to that.
Joe, have you ever gone to any of these they have these annual prune belly conventions. Have you ever been to one?
I think I've been to one, but I think I've been to more of them. But I remember distinctly this one where I was pulling the raffles for this one prune belly.
That wasn't prune belly.
That wasn't prune belly.
That was my sister's.
No, I remember I met a kid from the prune belly.
Yeah, my sister lives in Chicago, and she has done a couple of fundraisers for the prune belly syndrome. She does Middle Eastern dancing, and so she'll put on a dance event with belly dancing and prune belly, and she would have Joe dance with her on stage sometimes, and when she did a raffle, and so she made the mistake of handing him a microphone to do the. And one thing we've learned about Joe and microphones when he was younger is, people thought he was super cute. Hey, you want to say something in the microphone? We're like, please don't give her the microphone. You will not get it. so yeah, she gave him the microphone, and yeah, he basically took over the emceeing of it when he was about 6.
Can we shift gears now and tell me more about the belly dancing, and hopefully show us a bunch of videos?
Yeah, it was a few years ago. She called it Bellies for Bellies, and
Nice.
so yeah, it was 2 years, maybe 3 years. But she would get her troupe together and her classes and her other friends, and they would do all sorts, just a whole evening of belly dancing, Middle Eastern dancing, fusion dancing, and the tickets, part of the ticket sales, she sent a check to prune belly syndrome. She did that for about 2 or 3 years, and then she shifted her focus. But we were super thankful that she did, and raised awareness. And one year there was another kid from the Chicago area that joined, and she gave part of the proceeds to his family because they were, pretty new navigating Eagle Barrett.
Very nice.
Nice.
But
well, I know that Joe's been to at least one convention, because that's where I met you. You were I think your mom said you were about 2.
Oh, wow.
Maybe 2.5, because when he was when he was born with kidney failure, at 1 month old, they started him on peritoneal dialysis. So he was on peritoneal dialysis for 3 years before he got his first kidney. And so the peritoneal, it's different than what a lot of people remember, know about the regular hemodialysis, where you go into a place like DaVita and they hook you up and you have a port and everything. It's a little bit different than that. And so I didn't realize my camera was off.
It's fine.
Yeah, so hemodialysis, you go about 2 or 3 times a week, depending on what your doctor says. You get, that's where they kind of wash your blood and cycle your blood through. Peritoneal dialysis is done through the peritoneum and the stomach wall that separates all your organs from the rest of your body. And so basically, it's a large machine, and we had to run it 12 hours a night with Joe hooked up with a special implanted catheter. On a very basic level, it's a glucose solution, so kind of sugar water.
Right.
And it's the same. The way that it was explained to us at the very beginning, it's the same concept of when you have a bowl of strawberries and you sprinkle some sugar on the strawberries, and you come back a few minutes later and the juice has been leached out of the strawberries. Then it's really good to eat. But it's kind of the same idea. This machine would pump the glucose solution into the abdominal area, and through the peritoneum, it kind of sucks out those toxins and waste that the kidneys aren't able to to process. And so we, and then it cycles out, then it pumps it out, then it pumps it in. So it's when it was a baby, he's very small, so his little abdomen was very small, so 12 hours a night, based on what his abdomen could hold.
Yeah.
And as he got bigger, I think a year later, we were able to do 10 hours. And then by the time it was 3, it was 8 hours, which that 4 hours in the night, you think you got a whole day back.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure.
Yeah. But we went to the Prune Valley, the Prune Valley Syndrome Conference, carting this 50-pound machine.
Wow.
And then and ordering all the solution ahead of time delivered to the hotel. It was a lot of logistics to get a kid on vacation, but we had a great time. We got to hear from some experts. I think it was one of the first ones, so it might have been the third or fourth convention. So kind of figuring out how the weekend should look. We had a great group outing to the Milwaukee Zoo. I have a whole bunch of family in Milwaukee, so we were able to actually visit them as well. So and Joe made a few friends that he at the time he remembers, but he didn't really grow up with them except looking seeing them on Facebook.
Right.
Sadly, lost a couple of them to complications, so that's really sad. Some of the kids that grow up with Eagle Barrett, they say that it's a miracle just to survive the birth.
Yeah.
But then a lot don't survive past a year of 3 or 4 because of lung issues. A lot of that is lung incapacities, and then as they grow, just some of them just develop other complications.
Right. Well, I know that Frank, you spread that information quite regularly. A lot of people, even for you were, I know you were told, you wouldn't make it 6 months. Then you made it 6 months. You wouldn't make it past 3. You made it past 3. Then if I remember right, the doctor said, all right, he made it past 3, but, he'll never make it past 17. They didn't mention the senior prom, but they just said 17. But yeah, it is common in the Prune Belly community that, as far as it is a little miraculous as far as getting up in age.
Absolutely.
People ask his story all the time. Yeah, like I said earlier, his version growing up and what his reality and his his story is. We're on the same path, but we tell it differently just because we saw it from different angles.
Sure.
Right.
But people ask me all the time, what his story is. And when I tell them, they look at him now because I don't think he'll mind me telling you this. And this is a little bit of, mom ego working here. But whenever he goes to a venue, one of my favorite things is to just kind of look around the room when he belts out that first song and they've never heard him before. Right. I love to see the jaws around.
Right. Yeah.
And then his story, they said the doctor, his words were he would have a compromised quality of life. And when people hear that, they're like, what?
Yeah, sure. Well, yeah, you picture the worst. Sure.
Right.
Always bracing, but living in gratitude for everything that he's overcome.
We have some comments coming in. One of our guys, Scott, he says, Joe Wren, very inspirational guy, proving the human spirit is relentless. Joe's mother is a warrior, too. Heartbreaking for a mother to go through this. And then John Rusiello in Florida, wishing you all the luck on your career, Joe. You have a great gift. And that's what it comes down to. You make the best of it, and then you discover other ways to compensate and great gifts. And this is all great stuff. We have just a few minutes left, so I wanted to ask you quick. Name some. I mean, we've been talking a lot about Johnny Cash, but name some bands that or artists that you really enjoy, and then name some that you don't understand why people like them.
All right, I'll do like 3 and 3. I guess.
All right, we can do that.
So I really like Zach Top. I like Alan Jackson. No, I want to put Johnny Cash, but I feel like Johnny Cash is just a given. I don't even have to put it on the list.
Sure.
So, Zach Top, Alan Jackson, and George Strait.
And so I want to clarify, because you have mentioned it a few times. You're saying Zach Top?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. I'm thinking that's like a Zach Brown ZZ Top tribute act, but that's not right, right?
I can sing a song by him.
All right, go ahead.
Here.
Yeah, I have it. So he's a new country artist that is coming into the music world, and he looks a lot like Alan Jackson back in when he was young. And he just put out a song called "Good Times and Tan Lines," and you might have heard him if you listen to country radio. But his number one song, I think, is "I Never Lie," and he's just an awesome guy. Me and my girlfriend are gonna go see him in Casper, Wyoming, on November 1st.
Nice.
So really fun, and then he just has that '90s country vibe to him.
Okay. Yeah, and I get a lot of that vibe when watching your videos, the '90s country, Garth Brooks stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So name 3 that you wonder why people like them.
Does it have to be country?
No, it can be anything you want.
Oh, Taylor Swift.
Love
Not the now Taylor Swift. I don't like the now Taylor Swift. Okay. I'll take Taylor Swift off because a lot of people like her. Let's see. Billie Eilish.
I'm with you there.
Who else? Let's do a lot of bad country music because I don't like listening to bad people.
Go to the negative route.
No.
Nice. Good answer, Mom.
Yeah. Who else?
All right. Well, I'll let's try this. So you're in Colorado, and Frank and I are on Long Island, which is New York. So I'm going to name some Long Island artists. I want to know if you know them. Not only do you know them, but can you name a song by them?
Okay.
All right. So here on Long Island, Pat Benatar is from Long Island. Do you know who that is?
No, I don't.
The Stray Cats. Have you ever heard of the Stray Cats?
I've heard of the Stray Cats.
But you can't name a song.
I can't name a song.
All right. Joan Jett is from Long Island. Do you know who Joan Jett is?
Again, I've heard of him, but not songs.
Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
There you go.
Probably dead.
There you go.
All right. Let's see. Twisted Sister is from Long Island. Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
Wow.
We're not going.
Yeah,
We're
that's
not
it.
Going to yeah.
I've never heard their song sung with the southern twang. All right. Billy Joel.
Oh yeah.
All right. Thank goodness you redeemed yourself. Yes. Yep. Billy Joel. Billy Joel is from Frank and I actually grew up in the same town that he is from. Frank, who am I missing? Name some other Long Island talent.
Well, he wouldn't know Harry Chapin, I'm sure.
Oh, Mariah Carey is from Long
There you
Island.
go.
Oh, Mariah Carey. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. So with that, before we go, tell everybody how they can find you. Like, give us all the socials and website if you have one, the Spotify. Give us all that information.
So Spotify is just Joe Wren. It's WREN. Same with YouTube, Instagram, my Instagram is Joe Wren Official. Same with my TikTok is Joe Wren Official. And then my website is what's the domain for that? Because it's kind of long.
We don't have a dedicated, but you can.
We don't have an official
website.
website. You can find the website, but you find the Joe Wren website, it'll come up. It's still a work in progress, but
Okay.
we're gonna search for a set own domain here pretty soon. So.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, let us know when that Johnny Cash album is done, and would love to hear it, and love to be able to play some of it on here and help you push it. So let us know when that's done, and all the best to you and Cherie. Appreciate your time, and we'll talk to you guys again. Thank you very much for this.
Thank you for having us.
Anytime. All right, Frank. Who's next week for Music Thursdays?
Next week, in person will be Christine Salamino, and Jason Chapin will be phoning in, and Stu Marcus will be zooming in to talk about the Harry Chapin tribute concert coming up.
Okay, sounds good. Very nice. All right, we got to get out of here. Once again, we thank Joe Wren, his mother Cherie, and Frank, of course. All right, so what do we got? So today is Thursday. We got Peter Schwartz and Sports Bash coming up at 1 o'clock in a half hour. So join us for that. And then that's it for today on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. Tomorrow, Coffee with the Dog at 9 a.m. I'll be back here tomorrow at 11. Comedian Tom Kelly will be here. Tom is playing Governors here in Levittown. He's playing tomorrow night. And then he's at McGuire's out in Bohemia on Saturday. The Long Island Laugh-Off is continuing. Gaspar Randazzo is playing the club here in Levittown on Saturday. In the Giggle Room here in Levittown, we got Fat J, Sean Kearns tomorrow. At the Brokerage tomorrow, we got Claire Bowen and Jonathan Jackson. Joe DeVito is playing McGuire's on Friday and the Brokerage on Saturday. Go to govs.com, govs.com, to see the full schedule of the clubs, what they got going on, and then be sure to make some reservations. And, of course, Knock 'em Dead Comedy. We got some fun murder mystery shows happening in the fall, so go to knockemdeadcomedy.com. Don't forget, on August 4th, don't forget, in the Giggle Room, Tony Walker and Friends with what am I doing here? Hang on. With Joe Pacino, Alec Quinn, and Mike Pacetti. That's going to be a fun show. Don't forget, in August, A Bronx Tale is playing at the Belmore Showplace, and some of the proceeds are going to the Nassau County PAL Special Needs Unit. So lots of cool stuff going on. And that'll do it. All right. So, again, Peter Schwartz is coming up in a half hour, so be sure to come on back to Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. Once again, we thank Frank and Cherie and Joe. Everybody enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and we'll see you guys later. Thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.